Hey everybody, I'm Niberia here with the rank 1 player on the ladder, Megaverse. Megaverse, do you want to introduce yourself to the lovely people at home?
Hi, I'm Megaverse. I'm a goalie main in Omega Strikers. North America's first Omega ranked player. Um, I'm a streamer and a fun guy.
I love it. Accurate as well. Now, Mega, if you had to describe your position on the ladder most frequently with a single number, what would it be?
One.
Oh, so a lot of eyes are on you, of course. You've gotten a bunch of hosts from Hafu, and your stream is popping off every day. I think yesterday, when we were playing, it was what, like 650, something like that. So
Yeah.
you've been having like a great time with the game. Is this your first competitive experience? Is this your first game that you've played this competitively? What's your history?
So it's not my first competitive experience. I played a game called Spellbreak before. It was a Magic Battle
Let's go.
Royale. Um, um, I played that game as competitively as you can. Sadly, it did not grow and it did not expand the way I wanted it to. But I played it. I was the final solos champion or tournament winner in the game. I was known as the best stone shaper, one of the classes in the game. And I played on a team with a bunch of my friends. We called it G3, and we were one of the best trios in the game.
Coming from Spellbreak, which I think you are the first person we have ever asked that question across the history of every interview I've ever done who's answered with Spellbreak. So this is very exciting for me, like genuinely. How how did you find Omega Strikers? What made you start here?
One of my friends that I made from playing Spellbreak was he was the what's the word, the president for the video game club or whatever esports league at our school, and so he got invited to the collegiate test, and he invited me to come play, and that was the first time I played, and I think I climbed to top 20 in that month-long playtest at one of the few goalie mains, and so I kept getting invited back to play tests, and then I fell in love with the game. I think that first month I hit like 150 hours or something in the game. It was insane.
Yeah, a lot of grinding going on in those early play
Uh-huh.
tests. I have to ask, and this is sort of out of selfish preservation with the
Hmm.
collegiate tournament coming up. Are you competing in that collegiate tournament? Are you on a collegiate team this year?
No, no, I'm not.
Okay, so I don't have to fear for my life there, just everywhere else.
Yeah, just
Okay.
everywhere
All right.
else.
Awesome. I have one place of safety, but unfortunately, I'm not even on our university's team, so I'm in danger everywhere. I just kind of wanted to know for my university team if I had to give them counseling afterwards, just be like, guys, it's okay. It was just a Megaverse moment. It happens to all of
Yeah,
us.
I'm not playing it, but I think I'm coaching a team for the tournament.
Oh, do you know which one?
Not yet, but I think it's like a Midwest state
Oh,
or something like that.
Megaverse free agent coach for everyone out there.
Yeah.
I'm, I'll Delaware's not the Midwest, but I'll hit you up after the interview. um, so rank 1, obviously incredible achievement. Congratulations. I've played with you, and the fact that we were able to win while I was playing controller Juno is truly a testament to your carry ability, even on an off roll.
Your controller Juno is kind of insane.
Look, I played a couple of solo queue games afterwards because it was after we did a 6-hour stream together. And
Hmm.
Dixon was on it for a little bit. You were playing forward. I was playing controller Juno. And afterwards, I don't know about you, I was completely wiped. I
I
was
was
just,
so tired.
yeah. Well, because you stream for these like 8-hour days, right?
Well, for me, and it's been this way since Spellbreak because I used to do a couple of 24-hour streams in Spellbreak. The more tired I get while playing a game, the more focused I become on it.
That's a
And
little
so,
terrifying.
yeah,
Continue.
so I just slowly get better and better the more tired I get. Um, but of course, I need to be able to keep playing the game. So, if we get to like 4 a.m. queues or stuff, where it's like 15-minute intervals between
Yeah.
games, then I drop off. I fall off hard.
Is that a skill you developed, or is that how you've always been with games?
And just how I've always been with games. If I keep going, until I take a break, I won't get worse at the game usually.
I'm seething with jealousy right now. Just absolutely. Because the longer I play, I don't know if you noticed because you were busy popping off, but just the later games, I was just like, just shoot vaguely at Megaverse's direction and he'll figure it out from there. He'll cover me.
Near the end, I was like, I should be passing. I should be like bouncing out off a wall and stuff. But then I think our queues started getting longer and longer,
Yeah.
and it was just time to end the stream.
It was like a 6 minute queue at the end, I think. So, um, I do want to bring that up a little bit because rank one goalie player consistently. I I think you've only dropped below rank one like once in the entire history of the open beta. And on North America, and that was when you were streaming with me. So my bad. But you did start playing a little bit of forward to experiment with that. Is that something that's just for fun, or have you found now that you've played back on your main account again, did that help you?
Um, I think it has helped me because forward play is interesting because when you're playing goalie and I'm watching my forwards play, I'm always like, oh, they have the cooldown. Why don't they just dash punch it into the net? Why
Yeah.
don't they just snipe and then like combo their abilities together to kill things? When I was playing forward, I was like, oh, hey, it's kind of hard to concentrate on where the core is, where the enemy players are, and where I am.
Yeah.
Um, and so it really helped me as a goalie because I'm like, okay, so maybe they're not entirely aware of each other right now. So don't expect a passing play. Get ready for the core to come back to your side. And when we're doing scrims and stuff for our competitive team, um, I become more aware of like bringing these things up and suggesting them, um, because playing forward is I think it's more mentally demanding than playing goalie.
Makes me feel a little bit better, gonna be honest. That gratifies me with my climbing experiences thus far. Um, I kind of want to get into the motivation of like why are you pushing so hard for rank one? Is it a consequence of just playing as hard as you can? And if so, why are you doing that? Or what's the motivation behind the grind?
I realized I didn't really like going to school. I don't really like working most types of jobs. So I really want to get a job doing something that I like, which is playing video games, in particular playing Mega Strikers. And I know that at times I can't be the funniest type of person, or I can't be the most exciting to watch. So I know I need to be the best, because if I'm the best, people will watch me. And if people watch me, my name's out there, and there's more of a chance that if the game goes well, I will get signed to a team. So every time I'm playing the game, I'm just trying to focus on getting better, because I know if I get better, everything else will follow.
So you mentioned competitive and how you're interested in getting picked up for a team. Do you have any plans currently? Is there something going on for you or something you're looking to do in the future?
Yeah, so right now I'm on well, I'm on a team. You can't really call it an org because it's just a group me and my teammates do together. But we're called Laughing Kings. We have a Twitter if you want to follow it, Laughing Kings OS. It is me. It is Dixon and Griffin. Um, Dixon is a alpha tester as well. I think well all of us are Griffin and Dixon. Um, and you might not know him because he doesn't really show up on the stream that much, but he is very good, and he's like the glue that kind of keeps us together. Um, and Griffin is our cracked brawler player. He's our midfield brawler player who's just insane at the game.
That's awesome. Are you guys planning on just going for every tournament possible then at this point?
Yeah, basically every tournament possible. We were playing in Hafu's Invitational, but we were actually the team that had the most technical issues on why it was delayed. Um, and we're playing in a tournament on I don't know what day this is coming out, so it's Saturday the 31st, I believe, or the 1st of October, whatever the Saturday falls on. So that might be in the past, that might be in the future. I don't know. Who knows what happens? Probably in the past. Um, and yeah, just every single tournament that comes out, we will be playing in. We will be scrimming the teams that we see doing well in these tournaments, learning as much as we can, and building with each other and learning along the way.
Uh, and one kind of fun question for you. We've been playing Omega Strikers since February. I think was both of our first tests. That long, like month-long test, basically,
Mm-hmm.
and we've had a lot of opinions on the game.
I have,
We're
yes.
thinking men, you and me, Mega. If there was
You could say that.
anything you wanted to change about Omega Strikers, big or small, what's the big thing you'd want to see?
Oh, big or
Yeah, it's a thinker.
small
It's a
about
thinker.
Omega Strikers? I know. Good thing we can cut out all the dead space in me thinking. One of the things I would change about Omega Strikers is the current leveling system. While the levels are cool, um, I feel like they don't. I feel like they impact the game too much, but they also feel for the winning team like they don't impact the game enough. Because you see these level 4 brawlers still one-shotting the level 10 brawlers. And even though the level 10 brawlers can do it faster and can do it easier, just the idea that they can still be one-shot and then the low-level brawler gaining 3 or 4 levels just for killing one person um, is insane because it feels like playing that early game, playing for these orbs, these early objectives, anything that's not just going for a goal in this game. Um, it feels like it falls off real fast late game. On top of the leveling system, I would definitely change. Oh, let me mute emotes.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Enough Drakkar questions for you?
enough to car question marks for me. Yes. But what else would change? I'd love to see more interactive maps. Maps that have areas that can speed boost the core, that push players in certain directions for standing on things. More round terrain instead of jagged edges. I think it'd be awesome to have interactive maps. And then, of course, there's additional game modes. I feel like this game would have lovely additional game modes. Like League of Legends has one for all on Earth. I feel like those could be awesome game modes. And yeah, I'd love to see a Twisted Tree Line version of Omega Strikers.
Yeah. I would be personally terrified by Kai and Earth, but we can discuss that at a later date. That's a
We
problem for the
basically have that
developers.
with perfect form right now.
True. You're a big perfect form Kai enjoyer.
Kai's build has been changing rapidly over
Mm.
the last 2 weeks since the patch or whatever, but we've really settled on rapid fire to lower barrage cooldown by 25% level 10. Um, perfect form because I think it's 5% per light hit on or 6% per light hit on 5 barrages, which lowers your Gigablast and your speed up cooldown by 25 to 30% late game. And then you can either go cast to last or prime time right now. People are experimenting with prime time for infinite barrages. But I like cast last because the math works out where it's like if you're level 10 and you hit a single full barrage on a player, your speed up cooldown is over before the speed up duration is up. And it's just really fun.
It's pretty gross. It's pretty
It
gross,
is.
Mega.
It is.
Thanks for the tip, though. One last question before I let you do all of the shout outs your heart desires.
I
I've
love
been in
it.
your chat, I've watched your stream, I've been blessed enough to be a part of said stream. One of the questions that comes up more than any others is how do I climb from whatever rank I'm in? If you had to give one overarching tip, I believe you even have a mnemonic for this, what would you say?
I do. Can I give 2 tips actually in the end?
Absolutely.
Um, so tip number one, the one I've been alluded to, it's what I call the 3 Ps of goaling in particular for me, but they also extend to forwarding. The 3 Ps of Omega Strikers, I guess, are patience, positioning, and placement. Patience being knowing that striking first doesn't always mean you're striking well, and hitting the core as soon as you can doesn't always give you the angles you need to clear the core well. Positioning being knowing that just standing on the enemy side isn't always very good, or standing in the back of your goal won't lead to effective saves. Knowing when to play up, knowing that if the core is on the top side of the map, you should be playing the top side of the map as a goalie. Core's on the bottom, you should be playing the bottom. All that sort of stuff. And then the one I think that everyone can improve on easily game to game is placement, or shot placement, which is just where you put the core when you strike the core. Because really often players will focus on making sure they hit the core instead of making sure they hit the core well. And if you hit the core back into the enemy instead of clearing it away, all of a sudden you've doubled the amount of work. And if you do it again, you've tripled the amount of work you have to do as a goalie. And then my second tip, I alluded to what it is. The second tip I have would be duoing is a much more fun way to climb the rank ladder. You have somebody to talk to while you're playing the game. You have somebody you can rely on, and somebody who can point out the mistakes you're making instead of you wondering what's going wrong. So yeah, if you want to climb out of your current Omega Strikers rank, I would focus on the 3 Ps and just find a way to have fun while doing it.
All right, thank you, Megaverse. And of course, to end out the interview as any good interview does, tell us all the links, all the socials, all the things you want to plug, all the shout-outs you want to give. You've got as much time as you need.
Thank you, Megaverse. So I am Megaverse. I stream every day, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. EST on twitch.tv/Megaverse. I might be 15 minutes late. If I am, it's because I woke up late. I have a YouTube channel that has a really bad link that I don't remember off drop, because you're not allowed to have custom links yet because that is disabled right now. So if you want to go to my YouTube channel, I post gameplay videos, educational videos. You can just go to my Twitch channel in the chat, type !YouTube. It'll bring that up and bring up the latest video as well. I have a Twitter at MegaverseFTW to know when I go live. My team is Laughing Kings OS on Twitter. And yeah, follow Chorussist. Subscribe to Chorussist.
Oh, man. You can do both. We've got a Twitter and a Twitch. It's great.
Follow and subscribe.
And a YouTube. Wait, that's what I meant, not Twitch. Hold on, we can do this with editing magic. You can do both. We've got a Twitter and a YouTube. There we go. We got it in a second.